Hello, and welcome back to A Taste of RPGs, where we test play an RPG and give you a little taste of the diversity of games that are out there, and maybe you'll find something that you will want to enjoy. My name is Marissa, and with me as always is Christopher and Audrey, and today we have Matt as our special guest player. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
And today we are playing There's Something in the Ice, which is written by Micah Anderson. It's this little zine. It's about 40 pages long, and it costs like $5, so it's super accessible. And it's a really simple 2d6 tabletop game detailing the ill-fated expedition of Arctic travelers, perfect for creating stories in the vein of The Thing. So we will go ahead and try to do that. So your small team has been sent to the Weather Observation Station Gamma. It is a medium-sized weather outpost owned by the Lachesis Science Corporation, a subsidiary of the Ananke Foundation. Weather Station Gamma is located in the Antarctic and offers unique research environments. Due to logistic demands, most Antarctic stations are located either on the Antarctic Peninsula or on the Antarctic coast. But Weather Station Gamma is anchored on a ridge of permafrost and exposed granite located 250 kilometers inland in East Antarctica. Station Gamma staff rotate in and out every 3 months in the summer, and one crew overwinters. So the previous crew has already been picked up, and you and your crewmates are tasked with doing some minor repairs to the station, collecting data, and preparing for the final construction to the new garage that will hold more Arctic explorers, aka snowcats. They're the big tractor-y things with the tank wheels. The construction is currently on pause after concerns were raised about the stability of the permafrost and the underlying rock bed, potentially caused by climate change or seismological activity.
I was about to be like, thanks, climate change.
That's the real villain. Team, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Riggs. I'm an engineer, and I'm very determined, but I'm also self-centered, so kind of jerky. And I leave behind my fiance. I think might be another fiance in the mix, and she's pregnant.
You just had to one-up me on the fiance thing, Christopher. So I'll go, since I have the other fiance. My character's name is Harrison. He's a scientist. He's short, squat even. He has lots of unusual piercings. So he's got like the eyebrow piercing and the septum piercing, and like, there's some other piercings we can talk about later, depending how things go. And then he cracks his knuckles a lot. He also has a fiance that he left behind. He specifically took this mission to avoid helping plan the wedding. So Harrison's pretty lazy, probably also a little self-centered, but he's also very practical, which is also why this trip appealed to him, because it was a very reasonable way to be like, sorry, I can not in any way help with wedding planning. I will be in the Arctic.
And my name is Richard. My full name is Richard Doctor. I am a doctor. I'm known for I have very full lips. I also kind of hum and sing to myself here and there. I'm a very...
Do you have a good singing voice? Sorry.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's fine, but if you put music to it, it would be like, oh, that's not good. But,
Okay.
But it's something that, maybe it's like a nervous thing. I'm not really sure. But I'm also, another thing that I do because of my nerves is I'm a smoker, which is a little tricky when you're a doctor, but another doctor recommended me my cigarettes. So, I don't think I'm really leaving much of anything behind. I'm kind of although I'm a good driver and I have full lips and all that, I have a pretty
I can't believe you don't have a fiance too.
Nope. I'm very, very involved in my work at all times.
All right.
So,
Very professional.
Career focused, doctor.
very.
All right. It is summer in Antarctica, meaning December. And the idea is you do your 3-month rotation and then you'll be relieved by another crew who will overwinter. You have been at Station Gamma for 1 week. So your first week was spent doing inventory on supplies, doing some minor repairs, just general upkeep. The station is pretty well kept, but you have noticed some oddities. So Harrison, you were told that the radio equipment had been broken in a storm. And when you went to repair it, it looked more like some wires had been cut, not damaged by wind.
Sabotage, if you will.
Perhaps. And even though you repaired it that first day, it seems like almost every day you have to check the connections because they keep coming loose. So you're just like constantly having to fix this radio.
Equal parts annoyed and relieved because even more cut off from wedding planning. So everything is going according to plan. Like, sorry, babe, there's problems with the radio, but also I am kind of pissed off about it.
That's what you get for sending a lab rat. Scientist. You should send an engineer to fix it.
Oh yeah, why don't you come fix this?
Well, Riggs has been tasked with looking at construction progress to the garage. So you've been outside a lot in the cold, and you have noticed that the permafrost is not stable. So you don't know if this garage is going to have to be moved or what, and you cannot account for why it's not solid. Given your local climate data, it should be solid. And when you walk to the west of the camp, everything is solid like normal. Doctor, during inventory, you noticed that you're almost completely out of sleeping pills and you're super low on bandages, alcohol, all the other emergency equipment. And you did bring some as restock, but you're just really surprised at how low the stock was. And when you were cleaning the infirmary, you noticed that the rough floor planks, you can make out a pretty sizable blood stain that was scrubbed up. And you don't have access to the previous crew medical records, but it is strange that they wouldn't have told you about a serious incident, since it seems like quite a bit of blood. So you've only been here a week, but it feels a lot longer than that. It's summer, the sun is always out, your sleep rhythms are just like off. None of you are really sleeping well. Your nap doesn't really seem to help. There's no sleeping pills. And you're all getting a little irritable. So it's like...
Can't keep the radio fixed.
No, everything's just kind of janky. So it's like mid-morning. Harrison, you're in the computer room / lab. You're compiling some data. You've got a crick in your neck. It's cold. You didn't really sleep well. And you had this really vivid dream that you're trying to shake. So you had this vivid dream that it is your wedding day. It is your fiance's dream wedding that she has planned. There's lots of flowers, full audience. There's a priest waiting at the altar, and you're standing up there waiting for her. And you're waiting. And you realize the whole church is empty. And you look back at the priest, and he's just vacant, staring forward, drooling a little bit. And you realize that no one is coming. Your bride's not coming. And then you're completely alone. Your hands are sweating. You go to crack your knuckles like you always do, and all of your fingers just like break and shatter. So you're trying to shrug this off. You've had your coffee. You take a sip. It's nice and steamy. You put your cup down. Look up at the computer. You go to pick up your cup, and it is not there. And it's not the first time this has happened. And it sort of clicks that all week, like you put a pencil down, and then it's on the floor, you shut a cabinet, you turn around and it's still open, you put your book down on your left, and then it's suddenly on your right. Little things are starting to click in your brain.
I don't like it.
It's not good.
No. Is it me?
Doctor, you're in the infirmary and you're running this week's blood samples, and you think you hear Riggs calling your name. And you're kind of annoyed because he doesn't just come in and tell you what he wants. He's been calling your name. And honestly, Riggs has kind of been a dick to you this whole week. He calls your name and then he like walks away. And you know it's him because you hear his little tool belt clinking. And then you go and you say, Riggs, what do you want? And he's like, what are you talking about? I haven't called you. I've been working. And so you hear him again and you know it's him. And you get up and you catch a glimpse out the window and you see that he is outside working.
Well, that's not in my head.
No.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm a doctor.
There's nothing wrong with me either. I think we're all fine.
It's totally fine. It's totally normal.
Totally normal.
Totally normal.
And I'm gonna just crack my knuckles.
That's normal.
Make sure those fingers stay where they belong.
Yeah. You crack your knuckles, doctor lights up.
Everything's fine.
I'll find those pills.
So, Riggs, this morning when you woke up, you knocked your alarm clock off the table, and then when you bent down to pick it up, you see a framed photo of a family. It's a black frame. There's twin girls in little purple dresses. They have little pigtails. They're sitting in the lap of a man with a woman standing next to him. Classic family photo. In the corner of the frame, there's a little gold embossed letter F. And it's a nice frame, and so it seems weird that someone would just like forget this. And then you also remember a few days ago in the kitchen, you found a gold bracelet with a little F charm on it. So you're like, that's weird. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
But it's daytime, you're outside, you're looking at the construction, it's a big garage. So it's like there's already an existing garage and they kind of took one wall down to extend it. So part of it's already anchored into the ground, no problem. And you're looking again at where the anchors were sunk into the granite, and they're like wiggling, and they should not be wiggling because it's permafrost, it's rock. And so you're looking out across the mostly flat snow, and you see a little dip, kind of like a sinkhole, and some of the snow has kind of melted around it. What do you do?
Well, I think we should go and investigate, but...
You're gonna come get us, or you're just gonna wander off?
No, I think I'm gonna call you guys, but I think we need to be careful out on the ice because I don't want to fall in one of those cracks like Enter the Void and end up down there alone. So I'm gonna come and get you guys.
It's a different kind of horror game.
Right. So I'm gonna call these guys. It's Dr. and Harrison, right?
Harrison, yeah, I go by my last name.
Right. So I'm gonna give these guys a call and make sure they come. And if they don't, I'm gonna go grab them. Because I'm already secretly creeped out. I'm not telling anybody about these little letter Fs that I see and anything else going on.
I'm gonna show up. When I show up, I'm gonna be like, "Are you done fixing this so you can help me with the radio yet? Because I want to go do science shit."
I'm still pretty involved in my lab work, and I'm sick of hearing you call my name. I think you're full of shit.
Okay. Well, I'm going with Harrison, and we're gonna check this dip out in the snow and see what's going on.
Yeah, this feels science-y. I'm down for this mission as opposed to trying to fix the radio one more time.
Your goals
are
to like do the regular weather dataing, but you're also just like a general science-y if you have time to like check out some animals, check out some rocks. So you within the scope of your work.
Yeah. Checking out some weird weather shit. So are you coming, Doctor? Or are you gonna
I mean, if you come and get me. But I'm not just going to answer to my name because I don't believe you anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm going to come get you and be like, hey, we're going to go check out this weird hot spot in the permafrost. You coming? What are you doing in here?
I'm smoking.
By yourself. Okay.
And doing doctor stuff.
Okay. Do you want to break from doctor stuff, or do you want to hang out, or do you want to come with us?
I love my work, but I guess I can help you guys.
All right, come on, put a snowsuit on, dude.
How far away is the dip?
It's not far. It's kind of like maybe like 20 or 30 feet from where you were standing at the edge of the garage. So it's not too far. So you walk on out over there.
Get my little snowsuit on.
Yeah, in your little snowsuits. You've got your all mittens and everything. And you get closer and you do see a crack running through the rock, more like a fault line. It's not a big wide crack. It's kind of just like a crack. And you get up to it and you see that it is kind of like a little cave opening up. It's pretty shallow, so you kind of would have to stoop to get in, but it is like human sized. Like you could walk in if you would like.
So the snow is cleared out and we see this cave opening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a poor place to build a weather station. Those idiots at Corp really picked a bad place.
I can't believe they missed this cave. Is anyone okay? I'm gonna go in if no one else does because I'm curious. This is how I became a scientist.
Science at its finest.
I feel the call of science, and I'm going in that cave.
All right. You walk in. The walls of it are kind of organic looking, kind of like roots that are all tangled up.
That feels weird, right? Because this is the Arctic. Yeah. Okay.
You are in the Arctic. There's no trees. There's no like shrubs. There's literally nothing growing above ground. But yeah, it has these weird tangles and snarls. It blends in. It's almost the same color as the granite around it. And the farther you get in, it's warm. And you know, like caves usually have like an ambient temperature underground, but this is like warmer than it should be. And it's kind of humid, like you're sweating in your snowsuit already.
Sure.
And the more you walk in, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but you have no problem getting in. And the walls seem to be kind of shimmering. It's dark, but there's little like flashes of gold light running through the cables on the wall. They kind of look like roots.
But they could be. So if I like, can I get up close to one and be like, try and figure out like, is it a root or is it a cable?
Yeah. It looks root-like, more like a root than a cable. It's more organic.
But it has that light running through it. Okay.
Yeah, but it does kind of, and also when you're kind of just staring at the wall, the whole wall is this like mass of roots. And so it kind of like seems to like shift and move almost. It's very uncanny. I'm just kind of like,
when you
it moves when I'm not looking at it, right?
Yeah.
So it has like almost like a movement of like something breathing really subtly. So you realize on an unconscious level, but I'm not seeing it move.
Yeah.
Okay. That's creepy.
Are you gonna keep moving forward?
I'm gonna go back real quick and check in with my buds and be like, there's some sci-fi shit in this cave. There's like roots that glow and it's hot down there. So I didn't go all the way down. Do we got like a rope or something that we can just tie around me in case?
Yeah, there's rope.
Just in case. Okay.
And you have like flashlights, you have like...
Yeah.
Well,
all right. I'm going to tie a rope around my waist and be like, if I pull this twice, you just, I don't know, pull me out. I'll be pissed if you run, okay? I'm in trouble.
Fair enough.
All right, going back in.
Okay.
I can't, I don't know. I didn't expect this, but the character wants to, like, he wants to know what is this?
This is a real Clort move.
This is. I mean, honestly, though, like, we're in the Arctic. Nothing is happening. Everything is boring. I have to fix this radio all the time.
Yeah.
Nothing in there is, like, disappearing when I put it down and reappearing on my other side. So, like, honestly, this cave feels nice compared to the station in a way.
Did you say that out loud? Any of that?
No. Just gonna keep that one to myself.
All right.
As I like walk down the
We
like
thought all
cave.
of that in real time, and we could see it happening. So we were just, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah, I'll see you later.
All right.
I'll let you know if I find a spaceship or something. And like maybe I'll share the Nobel Peace Prize with you, but we'll see how this whole winter goes. I don't know.
All right, so you go back in, and it seems fine. You got your flashlight, which does kind of help keep things still. When you're looking at it, it's not moving quite as much. Kind of in the peripheral vision, you do still see these kind of like flashing, glowing lights moving. The farther you move in, the air is just like thick. It's damp. It's very different from the surface. You haven't had like really any humidity probably this whole week that you've been here. So it just feels thick to breathe. It sort of feels like a migraine is coming on. Like you can feel your brain, your blood pressure like pulsing in your ears. And your vision maybe starts getting a little blurry.
Okay, then this is about the time when I'm gonna pop one of my painkillers and head back out.
Right.
Nah, keep going. I have my own personal stash of painkillers that I have not told the doctor about. I brought it with me.
Jerk.
Are you going farther in, or are you coming back out?
No, I'm gonna come back out.
Okay.
This is weird enough, and like the fact that it's affecting me physically. I think I'm smart enough to be like, it doesn't seem ideal.
Yeah. Like
So-
before you turned around, you did see that it started to branch off ahead of you.
Okay.
And you could see far enough with your flashlight that like there's branches on branches on branches. Like
Okay. So it's like,
it does seem like it would maybe be easy to get lost.
okay, I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
I think about pulling the rope twice, but I don't.
You walk calmly out.
Walk calmly out. And I'm gonna let y'all know that there's some sort of, that thing's like a maze. That's not like an accidental cave that like opened up since they planted this here. Like it's deep. There's like branching passages, like I don't know. And also I started getting a headache and like my vision got blurry. So
It
I
could
don't
be some kind of
Doctor, the
geological formation.
could be. Doctor, and Riggs, you both see that Harrison has a nosebleed. Like just some blood dripping.
It's on you. That's
That's
on
on
you,
me.
Doctor.
Of course, it's on me. Have you been abusing drugs?
what? Yeah, I went down into the cave to do some drugs by myself. No.
You're
Dude.
hysterical.
What?
We need to get you back.
I just found a mystery cave. Of course I'm a little like on edge.
Was there a bag with gasoline in your mystery cave? Let's.
Oh,
We need to get you back to my lab, and we need to run some tests. Your nose is bleeding because of an elevation thing, I'm sure.
I didn't notice an elevation change, right? Or like maybe like a little, but not enough. Yeah,
It's
not
still
enough to like give me a nosebleed. Yeah, I don't think that's what this is from, dude.
You're talking crazy.
Elevation.
You go down in the cave and tell me about the elevation change then.
A doctor, not a scientist.
Okay, well, I am a scientist and I can tell you there wasn't an elevation change
Okay.
enough to give me a nosebleed.
As you two are kind of bickering, Riggs, you think you see something moving in the cave. You see something kind of like dart across, and it's like dark. You can't really see, maybe your eyes are playing tricks on you. These two are like still bickering quite loudly.
Now we're escalating to yelling about like, when would I have time to hide drugs in the cave? Like, do you want to search my snowsuit? Like,
Yes, I do.
fine,
So
fine. I'm gonna take my throw it at you.
I'm gonna yell at them that I want to get out of here now. And
All right, let's go
It's
back.
hysterical.
So doctor can run some tests on me or whatever.
But I'm also really worried about the radio. I want that radio fixed really badly.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with it. It should work. I am good at my job, and it should work. but you can take a look. Maybe you'll.
I want to take a look at it.
But it should work.
All right.
But also, yeah, the wires were cut when I showed up. So, like, I don't know. Maybe you know some splicing stuff. I don't.
Yeah. I want to take a look. I got my tool belt clanking along.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the infirmary with Doctor.
All right, so you two go back to the
Like-
infirmary.
Throw my snowsuit at you as I take it off.
I'm used to tantrums.
No, like you're feeling a little woozy, to be honest. You're still like just
Yeah, so
feeling a little
I
off.
like mean to throw it, but really it's like throwing it on the ground in front of me. It's like,
So you go up to the infirmary. Riggs, you go back to the computer lab. And the radio's not working. And it does not even look like Harrison has even tried to fix it. It's busted.
I fix that thing once a day. It's
Can I go outside
Mhm.
to look at is the radio's outside? Is that right?
Yeah, like the inside is like, the talkie bit, and then outside has like, antennas and radio.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at the antenna.
Okay. You go back outside and it's completely smashed off the wall.
oh. I did not leave it like that.
I'm kind of freaked out
Mm-hmm.
because the three of us are all alone.
Mm-hmm. And you're not supposed to be rescued for another 3 months, basically.
Right?
Do some quick bath, 3 months.
3 months.
Is there any possible way to jerry rig? I guess we don't say that anymore. To it's anti-German.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I had a moment where I was like,
I was like, is it? Okay.
Is there any way to cobble together a new antenna?
You can go ahead and try. I think it's a head check. To see if you can make some progress on it.
Okay. So I'll roll 2d6.
Yeah, a 2d6.
And I got a 4. So that's not greater than 8.
No, it's not great. You make some progress. Like you pick up all the pieces, and you can kind of see where they should go. But it's gonna take some time. It seems like it's just pretty smashed up.
Yeah. Maybe at this point, I'm not going to keep trying. I'm going to go in and check on these 2 numbskulls.
Yeah, you're feeling better. You're breathing fresh air. You've had some water. Maybe you took a nap. I don't know.
I don't know if I took a nap because I feel like we just fought the whole time.
It's true. You're still arguing when Riggs comes back in.
It feels nice to argue with someone because I feel like we've been kind of like off in our little spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm enjoying
So-
the argument more than I probably
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah, I think that feels right. Because like we're frustrated and like whatever, so it's like almost like letting off
Yep.
some steam.
Yep. So it's like well into dinner time. Whose night is it to cook tonight? And by cook, I mean like stir a packet of water into the whatever meal you have.
Not my night.
This is another
I'm
thing.
immediately like, I'm so weak. Doctor,
Night.
I don't know if I
last
can-
night.
I don't feel good. I might
I'm
throw
not
up
a
in
good
the
cook,
water.
but I'm not aware that I'm not a good cook.
Perfect.
Riggs, are you gonna say anything to me about the radio?
Well, I wonder what you did to it. Because,
Fixed it.
yeah, oh, great. Yeah, you fixed it like a scientist fixes things. Awesome. Either the wind blew it down because you were so bad at securing it to the roof,
What are
or
you talking about? That radio was up the last time I looked
the
at it.
antenna is smashed in pieces.
That's incorrect. That's not how I left it, so I don't know what you did to the
So I
radio.
pull out a piece of the antenna to show you what the state of it is in.
Dude, that belongs on the radio. Why are you walking around with it?
Yeah, it's smashed. However it got smashed, it's smashed, and we're stuck here for 3 months waiting for our next shift to show up.
With no radio?
Yeah, no radio. So we have no way to contact the outside world. So we've got to get it together.
All right. Well, all right.
I want to hear a little bit more about what you saw down there.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll tell you about I'll tell you about the
I can't hear you.
okay. The cave and the like weird roots that I saw, and I mentioned like the light, and I also say like I know that I also stress that like the cave is like deep and like branches off, because I feel like I would know enough to know about like the Arctic to know that like I'm pretty sure that's not how caves form, like branching off like that, and we shouldn't have like put a base next to a cave, like unexplored cave system, it feels like. So I don't know, it doesn't, like caves aren't really an Arctic thing, like ice crevices maybe, but not like cave systems. I am totally talking, I personally do not know what I'm talking about, but that feels right, you know?
Yeah.
It's also possible that the cave wasn't there.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of what Harrison thinks, but like,
because you know the station was built like 20 years ago.
Okay.
So it's like kind of an old station.
Okay.
Marissa, I haven't told anyone that I thought I saw something.
Yeah. All right. So you kind of like spend the rest of the evening like discussing all of this stuff. There's some light bickering. Maybe having a few whiskey drinks, maybe some more bickering. But eventually you do kind of all go to your quarters to go to bed.
Okay, good night. See you guys tomorrow.
So it's nighttime. The sun is still up outside because it's summertime, but you have like blackout curtains, so like it kind of works. So in the night, Doctor, you maybe had enough whiskey. You have to go to the bathroom. So you wake up and you stumble on down to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom and you feel something rub against your leg. And you hear a little meow. And you're like, oh yeah, this is Boots. This is my cat Boots. And then it's like, you're kind of groggy, and then you're just like, I'm in Antarctica, and Boots has been dead for 5 years. That was my childhood cat. Kind of my parents' cat. So what do you do?
That's not great. So, of course, I start trying to figure out why I'm hallucinating. And so I go back to my quarters where I have, while they are my quarters, I still do some work in there because I don't know how to stop doing work.
Sure.
And so I maybe start doing a little bit of blood work just to see if, I don't know, if there's some sort of explanation for this. I'm not taking any pills or anything like that outside of my usual supplements. What? Don't laugh about my supplements.
And you work for a little while, and you all are awoken. You hear barking outside, like the sled dogs. So there is a kennel kind of on the edge of the weather station, but there is no dogs here. Like, there's a kennel, there's supposed to be dogs, there's supposed to be a full sled team for emergencies, but there's no dogs. And management has not told you why there's no dogs. Nobody really has told you, but you hear barking outside.
Harrison comes out of his room and is like, what's going on? Where are these dogs from? What?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go look.
I want to see too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I come out of my room looking at these guys.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Harrison
I'm not telling
is
anybody
not
about my
awake.
cat thing.
Oh, that's seems personal. That seems fine.
Doctor, as you're going to the window, you see your cat scamper down the hallway.
No big deal.
It's fine. So you go all to look out the windows. You kind of spread out to see different windows. You can't see any dogs.
All right, someone's gonna put their snowsuit on and go look at the kennel then.
I'll do it.
It's like attached to the main building, but you kind
Okay.
of go outside because dogs are smelly.
Yeah,
They have no
What?
entrance.
it's the Arctic, so yeah, I feel like all right, off you go, Riggs.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
suit up, go outside, and do I still hear barking?
You hear barking over by where the cave is. Like it's coming from that direction.
Well, because the cave is close enough, I'm gonna just creep over there without.
Why are you creeping?
No
I'm-
dogs.
because there shouldn't be dogs in a cave,
Yeah.
and so I get a little closer, and I still hear barking.
Yeah, and do you peek inside?
Yeah.
Okay. There's kind of a lump, like a dark lump. So it's a dim cave. It is sunny outside, so your eyes are. It's kind of hard to adjust because there is sun. The cave is dim. There's still this kind of like glowing golden light, and there's this like vaguely dog-shaped lump in there, like 10 feet back. It's not moving. It's just sitting.
Is there still barking?
No, it's gotten quiet.
Yeah, in a horror movie, I would jump in, but I'm already so creeped out with hallucinations or seeming hallucinations. I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
I do want to look in the kennel, though,
Okay. Yeah.
on my way back.
So in the kennel, it's just the empty kennel. There's no signs of dogs. It is weird. There's dog bedding. There's still dog food in there, but the dogs are gone. And they weren't here when you got here. And management has not told you where the dogs are because you were told that there were supposed to be a full team of dogs here.
So I walk in and I tell everyone, I tell Harrison and Doctor that I think I'm freaking out now. I think something is going on here. The radio is broken. I can't tell if I'm seeing things. What in the hell are dogs doing here? And there's some lumpy, messy thing inside the cave. None of this is right.
How are you like yelling, or are you just like?
Yeah.
Okay. Harrison has had the benefit of sleep now and recovered a little bit from the cave experience. So I'm gonna like be like, look, this can't all have started like since we showed up. So let's check the records. Like, let's go. Like, there has to be some record of the cave. Like, it's right there. Someone from the last team had to like find it. Like, let's see if they wrote anything down. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. In the computer lab, like the science lab, there are maps of like the whole area. There's geological maps, there's satellite images. So when you go and look at those, you see on the older satellite images, there's nothing. It looks kind of like a normal, what you'd expect. And then in recent ones, they're cut off. So like you see the satellite image of everything to the west of the site, but you don't. The east part of it is cut off.
Is it cut off because the because the way the picture was taken is like off center, or is it cut off because someone like cut the picture?
There's multiple images, and it's kind of both.
Okay.
Some were just framed badly, and some seem like they were intentionally cut off.
Okay. So that's not great. Can I also like look around? Like, there has to be some sort of like log, right? Of like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of like captain's logs from like Star Trek or whatever, but like there has to be some sort of like
Yeah.
like
should be.
scientific readings. So I want to I want to look for something like that that's like
Yeah.
evidence of the past.
I think that's let's do a head check.
Okay. So I roll 2.
Yeah, roll 2d6 and then you have a +2, I think.
Yep. So I got a 8.
8. That should be a success, I believe, because I think you have to roll higher than an 8, but they didn't say what you do when you roll exactly 8, so we'll count it as a success.
Yes.
So you know what you're looking for, you know how to find it.
Mm-hmm.
You're poring over like climate data and temperature readings, and it does seem like in the past few months the temperature in the area has generally increased. Not a lot, but like a degree, which is a lot for the Arctic.
Yeah.
You notice that more things have been intentionally like deleted. Like there should be data, but there should also be like notes from the other scientists, and some of them are not here.
Yeah, like weather notes or something.
Yeah.
Like storm or whatever, and
Yeah.
that's missing. Okay.
Which like the weather does seem like pretty normal for the Antarctic, like snow, whatever, the temperature is pretty normal. There's not any like freak storms, like, but there is a gap in the data.
Okay.
Stuff is missing.
Okay.
Nothing wrong there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna report it back to you guys that like this data is missing, and also mention the like maps don't really after a certain point don't show the cave area. So we know that like 20 years ago that the caves weren't there, but as of like 10 years ago, I couldn't say when they showed up.
I am going to focus on fixing the antenna, for better or worse, because I'm really freaked out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be out there doing my best to fix it, even if it seems futile.
So while you're thinking about doing that, you all hear a scuttling, crunching sound coming from the kitchen, from where the food is. And no one is in the kitchen that you know of.
Are we going to ignore it or go together?
I'm not going in.
You're Riggs, what
Somebody
the
else,
fuck?
hey, somebody else can go look.
All right, Doctor. Is it you and me? Okay.
Okay, you peek in the door. So the kitchen is kind of attached to the rec room. So like there's the kitchen, there's kind of like an island bar that you like eat your meals at. And then there's like couches and like a pool table and a TV over on the other side. So you peek in the door and you see this thing, and it's about like a child's, like a toddler size, kind of a lumpy.
I'm also peeking in with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to describe exactly what it looks like. It's moving very quickly. You see it had kind of been like rustling. You just see kind of like food moving. And then it scampers across and hides behind a couch.
Does it go on 2 feet or 4 feet?
It kind of feels like a mass, like a wiggly, lumpy, skittering mass. And it's dark. It's like black.
Okay.
But you, Harrison, do know when it moves, it does have the same kind of shimmering golden light
As
that
the
you saw in the cave.
Hey, Doc.
Hi.
Was that?
I don't know what the hell that was.
Okay.
But I don't like
Did you
it.
trap it?
With what? Like a pan?
I don't know. You're the doctor.
You're the scientist. You're supposed to be curious about this stuff.
I'm a weather scientist.
It's the same thing.
Do we have like nets? Do we have dog nets?
What's a dog net?
Like very well trained sled dogs. There's no nets. Yeah, there's like, normal kitchens. There's pots and pans.
Yeah,
Trash
Dog
cans.
there's got to be like a giant, like one of those giant, like,
There's like a sack for the potatoes.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can take the potato sack and the giant, like, stew pot thing. Those like giant stew pots for like big groups of people, like, or like canning. Take that, and I guess you move the couch, and I'll, and that's the plan.
It's a solid plan.
Riggs, where are you right now?
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
I'm still in the computer lab next to the kitchen, I think.
Okay.
Thinking about that damn antenna.
Well, you guys are planning this pot trap. You hear Riggs calling your names.
Do we try and trap the kid thing first, or we gonna chicken out on this?
Seems like that should be our focus right now.
Okay, let's do the plan first, and then we'll go see what the hell Riggs wants. It can't possibly be important than whatever
Hey,
the fuck
guys.
this is.
Yeah.
My antenna.
No. Dude, I think he sabotaged it.
Hey, guys.
Bed intact. Okay, let's move the couch. You count down, because you gotta move it.
As you're going to do that, a pan falls in the kitchen, like behind you.
Scares me to death.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
startling.
Is there anything there when we look?
No.
Oh, all right, let's go. We gotta do it, dude.
Okay.
You count down
From 10?
from 3.
Why?
If we give it 10 seconds, it's gonna run away. Okay,
Okay.
You gotta move the couch.
Is it 3, 2, 1, go? Or
Yes!
3, 2, 1.
Look,
Okay.
whatever you
3.
want, because you have to move the couch.
Okay. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2,
Where the fuck did you get? Okay.
1. Okay, go.
I'm gonna make you guys do a head check, both of you.
A head check? Okay.
What do I do?
Oh, thank God.
So roll 2d6
I
Okay.
got
plus whatever
11.
your head is.
I got an 11.
The
I also
fireman.
got 11.
Ooh.
You also got an 11? Oh. Okay. So you do go first. I don't know, this is like kind of damaged, but not damaged.
Okay.
So I guess you're not trying to hurt it, right? You're literally
No, we're trying to trap it.
okay. So
The pot might be a little squat for it, but like,
so when you finally kind of pop out from your spots with this pan, you get a decent quick look at it. It's a very quick look. It's sort of like, picture a deep sea creature that kind of has like this squat little mass, and then the top has these little waving frond things
okay.
that are kind of just like gently moving.
Okay.
It's really dark. It's like almost black, but it does have little pulses of that golden light
Gold,
that you saw. And when you jump out at it, it like almost turns itself inside out. But you get the pan over it.
I am screaming as I got the like, what the hell is this thing? Dude, I cannot stay on top of this pot and this thing. We have to do something with it. How are we gonna get it? What are we gonna do now that we have it in a pot?
I don't know, tip the couch over it or something?
What's that gonna do?
Just another thing?
As you're doing this, you hear Riggs calling your name again.
Oh my God, Riggs,
Like,
shut
very
up.
Not now.
Now is not the time
No.
for your dumb antenna.
He sounds frantic.
Oh my God.
I'm screaming.
Riggs, come in here.
Yeah. Seriously.
If I am afraid that if I get off the pot or let it go, the thing will just get out.
Yep.
Come in here now.
Oh my god. Is there something heavy we can just put on the pot?
Yeah, there's other like books and like the TV is heavy. Like
Really heavy,
there's
though.
chairs. There's probably like some free weights for some exercise.
Okay, let's put some free weights on it.
Okay. So this whole time, Riggs, you were in the computer room, right? The lab. Okay. So when you were in there, what were you doing in there?
Mostly cowering
Okay.
and suiting up.
And suiting up. Okay. So in there, you also hear rustling from like under one of the desks, maybe in one of the drawers, but you hear movement.
So is there any, I know I'm not in the kitchen, but is there a knife or anything sharp, like maybe shears or
Yeah, there's probably like, so
knife cutter?
there's
box
kind of
cutter?
there's box cutters around. There's the computer room which you're in, and then there's also a separate like science room which has more of like the scalpel type stuff. Stuff travels between those two. There's sharp pens and
I grab the sharpest thing I can find,
okay.
and preferably the longest thing I can find. And I very scaredly start opening the cupboards one by one and jumping back, but I'm pretty scared.
Okay. As you're doing that, you hear Harrison calling for you.
Okay, I back out of the room into the kitchen.
Okay. Because you still hear more skittering as you go. But Riggs is calling you. Or Harrison is calling you, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've heard all this commotion from next door, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But so you sort of meet all in the hallway. Because
Trying to like keep a sight line on the pot through the doors too.
you had both heard each other calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though
I'm like-
none of you was calling.
Yeah.
Just in case
I'm
that
like-
wasn't clear.
Riggs, what the hell do you want? We just caught something in the kitchen. So like, what the fuck?
Well, you guys, were you calling me?
No. We caught a fucking alien or something.
Must have been.
What? What do you mean must have been? Must be an
I
alien.
heard you calling me, obviously. You must have been calling for...
No.
You're both.
We were We're both delusional. What about you? You were with me the whole time. You know I didn't call for Riggs. We were both yelling at him to shut up.
We were yelling all kinds of stuff.
Well, there's something in the kitchen.
And we caught it.
Something in the lab.
Another? Okay.
As you are all talking, Doctor, will you give me a head check?
What do I do there?
2d6 again, plus your
And roll your, yeah.
So 8.
8 total. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're standing there, you feel your cat again rub your leg.
Nice.
And as you go to look down, you feel it bite you. It sinks its teeth into your leg. That was a 12.
Not great.
Let's see, so I rolled a 12. And then you are probably just wearing like normal pants because you're inside. So,
Slacks.
yeah, slacks. Nice classic slacks.
Classic Arctic slacks.
Did we see anything, Marissa?
Yeah. So. So you take 4 damage as it just like rips a chunk of your leg out, and you see this like black mass, kind of what you had both seen in the kitchen, which you still have eyes on the pot. It has not moved. But there's this black mass that has bitten you, and then it runs away down the hallway. And so I think you only have 4 HP, so you have 0 right now, but you're still like up and fine. You're just like, it hurts a lot.
Are we screaming?
Yeah, you're probably screaming.
I think we're all screaming because we saw that thing do something to his leg and then skitter off down the hallway. And it's a different thing than the thing in the kitchen.
Right. It's a different thing. It's like fat and squat with these things. You don't even see where its teeth, you think, are in the middle somehow. It's kind of, it had like grabbed you, but then it like flipped inside out and then skittered away. It's very speedy.
Like a weird crab.
Yeah.
Are you sure you caught something?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, he just got bit by something. What do you mean? Are we sure we caught?
Banging in that pot. I think you missed it.
What if there's more than one? Because you said there was something in the lab.
Yeah, you
And
missed
we-
it, man.
Yeah, and we trapped it in the pot at some point. Well, you were off doing God knows what to the antenna.
Well, there's something else in the lab right now.
Well, you go deal with it.
Are you
then.
guys still standing just in the hallway
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the doctor's bleeding leg?
Are you gonna
Let's get the
do
doctor
something
to the
for your
lab.
leg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the room that the pot is in does it like connect to other rooms?
Yeah, so that's like the kitchen / rec room.
Okay, so I'm gonna like lock all the doors to it, like
Okay.
shut all the doors to it and lock it, and hope that thing can't like get super small
Mhm.
and skip through the crack in the door, and then like meet you guys in the infirmary.
I think we should help Doctor. Doctor should be between us, and we
Okay.
should
Mhm.
get him. Yeah.
Well, because then at least we know that like one of them is trapped in this room theoretically.
Yeah. 'Cause I think the doctor gets. I think one of your abilities is to like stabilize yourself. Yeah, which you're not dying, but
But it's not great.
it's not great. I mean, you can also just like take a little rest. I think at if you just like take a breather, you get your HP back.
Just gonna take a load off here.
Yeah.
Just take-
We'll put some bandages on you or whatever.
Yeah, I just need to get to my medical supplies.
Perfect. So you kind of barricade yourself into the infirmary.
Yeah, I'm like shutting the door and like
Yeah.
making like
Um,
you Riggs, you help the doctor. I'm gonna check all the cabinets real fast.
good plan. There's nothing, just normal medical stuff in there.
I slap a bandage on his leg, but
Take it
sounds like
easy.
it sounds like it was a nasty bite.
What does it look like? Wait, take that bandage off. What does it look like?
I'm taking it off.
Yeah, don't take it off. Leave it on there. But before you slap it on, it's kind of like a round hole.
Okay. Almost like I'm thinking of like those like suckerfish that like
Yeah.
just
Yep.
onto things. Yeah.
Pretty perfectly round, but yeah, there's like little teeth marks around it. It's like literally a chunk of you have just been like pulled off, and there's kind of these like weird marks around it. It's kind of like black, slimy, mucusy stuff on it.
And so the flesh is really just gone. The
Yeah,
muscle.
like
and-
big chunk.
I'm just gonna dump some hydrogen peroxide on that leg before we put the bandage on.
That's
It hurts
sweet.
like hell. It is
Yeah.
terrible.
Just dump it on, being like, I'm not a doctor. And like, look.
And I'm still screaming. I haven't really
Yeah.
stopped screaming.
This is not pleasant at all.
I'm sure it's not.
I'm sure there's also a whiskey stash in here if you need a little something for yourself. So you guys are in there, barricaded up, and then you kind of just wait. It kind of quiets down. You don't really hear anything, but the lights start flickering. Like you think you might lose power. So the station, it does have some solar panels. It has a generator. So like there's multiple sources of power. But it seems like you're losing some of your power. Like there's a lot, like there's a computer in there. There's a little mini fridge where you keep blood samples. Like everything's kind of just buzzing and flickering.
Okay, we need to make a plan. Because clearly these things, if they're getting to the power, are probably what got to the antenna. Sorry, I suspected you, Riggs.
So
we need to kill them or something.
Ow!
does anyone have any weapons?
Well, yeah, like can we just take a big old mallet hammer and like...
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in there. You're in the infirmary. There's scalpels. There's like heavy fire extinguisher. There's other just like heavy things you can throw at it. You do know that there is a long rifle in the it's in the storage room, which is down the hall from where you are. But you know that there is a gun for protection against.
We could go get the gun and shoot them.
So I'm so freaked out. I'm yelling. How are they getting in?
I don't know.
Are they?
I don't know. They did. So did you guys see that gold color on them? That was like the gold color from the cave. So they might be, maybe they're probably connected to the cave somehow. Like they're coming from it or something. We have to get them out of here. I don't know how they got in, but I'm not letting them fucking take little chunks off me till I die. One little bite at a time. We gotta sleep sometime too.
And at some point you're gonna have to eat, and you did lock it in with all of your food.
Yeah, so we can start by trying to kill the one in the pot.
Harrison.
Well, look, what'd you want me to do? Fine, you can kill it. You go back and kill it then.
Well, maybe I should.
Yeah, yes, this is what I'm saying. We have the gun in the storage. We can just, I bet there's like mallets in the storage. We can just get a sledgehammer. Just kill it.
Should we slip something under the pot, take it outside, and try to shoot it?
Slipping under the pot like it's a spider.
Like it's a weird, large spider. That absolutely won't work.
Of course
Yes.
it won't.
You know what we should do? We should put a tarp under it, then wrap the tarp around the pot, and then light it on fire. Outside, obviously.
Outside.
Outside for safety.
Well,
Because it can't escape then. It won't have a chance to escape. If we like douse it in kerosene and light it on fire, that should kill it, right? It would kill me if I was in the pot.
we also have our immediate concern about the electricity.
Yes.
Shall we go, one of us, go check the generator or the electric panel?
I'm so disappointed there are only 3 of us on this team. I would love to buddy up, but I do think we need to. So you're right. Let's check the power first. I don't like the idea of running around here in the dark with these things.
So one of us is going to be alone, either Doctor or you or I.
I can take care of myself.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
Doctor,
definite.
fine. You go get the tarp, and we'll check the generator, because you don't know science, or at least not machine science. You know body science.
So Doctor's going to get the tarp?
He's gonna get the tarp and the
Hobbling over to
kerosene.
do this?
So you go get the tarp and the kerosene and probably the gun from storage. And then while you're doing that, we're gonna check the generator and hopefully not get attacked.
That sounds good.
Right. So who's moving first?
I think, is Matt frozen?
Oh, Matt is.
We're good. Okay.
Okay, so recap, what are you guys all doing?
Okay.
checking out the electric panel with Harrison.
Yep. So Matt, I don't know if you heard the plan that I came up with. So the plan was like, me and Riggs will go to the electric generator, whatever,
Right.
and check it out. And you're going to the storage room to get the gun, the kerosene, and the tarp. And we're going to kill one of these things somehow.
How am I walking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mechanically, I think after like a little rest, you get your HP back. I think storyline wise, you're definitely like limping.
I'm like leaning against the wall.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely worse for wear.
Yeah.
You're a doctor. Don't you just have something you can just like
Regenerate my muscle mass
just
on
like
my leg?
some adrenaline you can give yourself to like
Man,
push through?
just shot of adrenaline to the heart.
Yeah, smoking like a. That's right, and that's right.
Put some putty in there.
Yeah.
I just imagine then you just like lighting up your cigarette as you're hobbling down the hallway to catch a jug of kerosene.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, just put some putty on and some duct tape over that, and
Yep.
it works every time for me.
Yep. Okay. That's what I'm doing, kind of. But medically speaking, I just bandaged the hell out of my leg.
Okay.
So I think you can just do that. So you go, you hobble on down the hallway. You're smoking, you're leaning, you're still bleeding a little bit, but like you're getting there. The storage closet isn't far from the infirmary.
That's good.
It's like pretty much like right next door. So as I look at my little map, it's like right next door. So you make it. But I'm gonna make you roll a do another head check. So 2d6 plus head.
Okay.
Just see what happens.
7.
So you do hear rustling.
Cool.
But if you're just like going there, grabbing stuff, coming right back, like I think can make it. But you do hear some things moving around. Okay. And then Harrison and Riggs, you're going to the kitchen?
Generator.
The electrical generator. Okay. So the
With your tool belt, right?
Yeah.
Give me your hammer. Give me a hammer.
Which the big generator, there's like an electrical panel inside, and then the generator is outside.
Okay.
So are you going to the panel or the generator?
Panel first.
Okay.
Okay.
So the panel is easy to get to. It's down the hallway. So you get there and it's like the panel itself looks fine. Like the breakers are all on. It seems kind of like normal for what an electrical panel should look like. So you think it's probably either the generator or the solar panels, or something else.
All right, we're going outside then.
Okay. So you suit up, you go outside, and just from sound alone, Riggs, you would know that the generator sounds not good. Like it just sounds wrong. Like, because normally this is a gas power generator, so you do have to like make sure it's running. You have plenty of gas in the storage room, but it maybe sounds like the mix ratio is off with like the fuel. Like you look at it and there should be enough fuel in it, but maybe something got added to it. Like it just doesn't. It's kind of shakier than usual. But so to like really look at it more, you'd have to spend some more time out here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So do I think that is, I don't know if that's hands or head. Let's see.
Can I help at all?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's just a head check. Head check is really dominating.
Yeah.
I got a 5.
Out of 5. So,
Oh, can I help?
yeah.
Is that in some way?
You're out of 5. Yeah, so why don't you roll with advantage? So roll 3d6 and then take the 2 better numbers.
Okay, so Christopher, because you did the roll one more and then take your 2 highest.
Got a 6.
Got a 6. So it's still just, you don't really know what's wrong with it. It seems just messed up.
Okay.
But it's still running currently. But the lights are kind of flickering. Like it's not
Okay.
getting the power that it needs.
All right. We have to. Do you want to stay here with the generator
Yeah.
and work on it? Okay. Then I'm gonna go get the doctor and we're gonna light pot creature on fire.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back.
You're running.
Yeah. Get into the infirmary.
Yep.
Doc, you ready to go?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
big time.
All right. So grab the tarp. We go to the other room. Open up the kitchen.
Mhm.
Lay down the tarp next to the thing.
Okay.
All right, Doc. Do you want to move the pot or do you want to keep the tarp?
The less
Right.
moving I have to do, the better for my
Okay.
leg.
So you keep the tarp tight, and then I'm gonna try and like onto the tarp, like the center of the tarp.
Mhm.
And assuming everything goes well, once it's in the middle of the tarp, we will tie it, like take it over the pot, tie it up,
Mhm.
and then probably scoot it along the ground to get as much as possible so that we don't have to lift it up.
Okay.
Get it outside, dump kerosene on it, and light it on fire.
It's a good plan.
That's the plan. Assuming everything goes
Yeah.
well, we will have a dead alien thing soon.
All right. Do a hands check with advantage.
Okay.
Are you going to take the pot off it first?
No, absolutely not.
Not going to protect it from the fire?
I don't. Because if we light it on fire with kerosene, won't it like?
He makes a good point.
Okay. So at the last second, we can flip it over and then dump kerosene on
At
it.
the last second.
Like right before we dump the kerosene on it, flip the pot over, dump the kerosene, you throw your cigarette on.
No.
So, yes.
All right.
What do you mean no?
Fine.
We're all making sacrifices.
I love it. Very sort of just throw that burning ember in there. All right. What's your hand check?
10. Whew.
10? Okay. So you get it on the tarp.
Oh, 11. I forgot to add my hands. So, okay. Got it on the tarp.
Yep.
Does it sound like it's in there?
It doesn't really sound like it's like there's anything in there. Like you can feel that there's kind of something in there.
Okay.
Dragging it, there's like some resistance,
Okay. That's, yeah.
and there's some like weird mucus fluid left from when you
Okay.
did it. So there's something in there. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
That's, I just wanted to make sure it didn't escape somehow.
Yeah. And then can you both again make another hands check to get it outside?
Okay. Just a normal hands check this time.
Yeah.
Ugh. I got a 6.
Okay.
7.
And 7. Okay. So it's like really just awkward, I think. There's 2 of you, there's a giant pot and a tarp and like kind of a narrow hallway. So
And we're probably yelling at each other the whole time.
you're you're kind of yelling at each other a little bit. You can also, I forgot about luck points. You basically just like have luck points that you can use, which basically just lets you roll with advantage. So if either of you
Okay.
wanted to do that,
I am going to use one of my luck points to roll with advantage because I would love not to be attacked in this hallway. Okay. Woo! So with the luck point, I now have a 10.
okay. Matt, did you want to do that also?
Sure.
You can just roll another one, and then if it's higher than what you had before, I'll let you take that. Because I forget there's not a lot of mechanics, but it's hard to remember them all.
5s.
Okay. So you're both kind of struggling
Wait.
with this giant thing.
With the 2 highest, and then your hands.
Yeah. Let's see.
From the 3 you just rolled. The 3
Plus
dice.
0.
3. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So roll 3 dice, take the 2 highest, and add your hands.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, because before you had a 7, so you can't possibly have done worse.
Right. Good catch.
Okay. Sorry. This
That's okay. Again, would love not to die in this hallway. So.
Sorry. 12. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay. So you successfully wiggle this pot and this tarp outside.
Perfect.
Perfect. Great plan.
Amazing.
Thanks. I
Did it.
got my degree from that's not PhD working for me.
Yep. So you're outside. You get the kerosene. You dump all of it all over.
Okay, I'm gonna flip it over and jump back, and you throw the cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay. Which, as you're doing this, you hear dogs barking again, like loudly growling
Oh.
at you.
Look, I wrote my dissertation on whatever the fuck I wrote it about. Pulled 5 all-nighters in a row. I can focus through these dogs.
Okay. So in this background, you hear this
Yep.
song. It's
Nope, I am
Ignoring
totally
it.
focused on not having an alien rip out of a tarp and attack my face.
all right. And then so, Doctor, you're the one actually throwing the cigarette, right?
Oh yeah.
So do a let's call it a feat check because it's speed. So 2d6. You can do 3 if you want. If you want to use another luck point, roll 3d6. Take the highest 2, and then -1 because you're not very speedy.
7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you
Yeah. Okay.
there's all this kerosene gas in the air. You flick that cigarette, and it does not catch.
Nice.
I feel like I look at it on the ground, and I'm like, how could you possibly not? How could this possibly not work?
Spizzles. And the thing. So then both of you make head checks.
Okay. I have the moment where I look at it on the ground, and I'm like, how could this possibly not work? And then I look at you, and I'm like, throw your lighter in. Like,
How do I keep my lighter going after I throw it?
don't
Yeah.
you have a Zippo or something? Isn't that how this works?
You have to
No.
relight it.
Oh no, I'm burning a luck point.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh.
This is a 2d6 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm using a luck point because I rolled badly, so I want that extra.
And then you're now outside,
Hold on.
and so I imagine that Riggs, if you were nearby still at the generator, you're close enough. If you also want to come over and be a part of this, you can, or you could just keep cowering. Whatever you would like to do.
You also want to be a part of this alien murder.
No, I mean, I want to stay as far away from that thing as possible. And these 2 nuts throwing fire around who can't get anything straight. I'm still working on the generator.
Look, we've caught one of them, and that's more than you've done today, Mr. Antenna Sabotage.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you guys get?
I got an 11 after I used a luck point.
I got 9.
All right. So the sorry, I gotta do some math in my brain first.
It's hard.
I know, it's hard. That's so fast. So God, Harrison, you only have 1 hit point.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Okay, this is great. So, it got the drop on you. So you had this in the cafeteria. You slid it on, no problem. You captured it. It was a little tricky getting it outside, but you managed.
I wrapped it up like a Christmas present in a tarp.
You dumped so much kerosene. You flick the light at it, and it fizzles. But in that opportunity, this mass, this black gooey thing, comes flying straight out at you. And it's gonna give you 5 damage. So that's so that's 4 injuries. So I have to look at how injuries happen. So then you have to roll 2d6.
Okay.
And you're trying to get higher than a 4.
Okay. That seems doable. I'll say now. Okay, I got a 6.
Okay. So you're not dead. You are alive. And then I don't know. So you are it's taking chunks out of you. It's kind of like are you wearing a snowsuit?
Yes.
Okay. So you only take 2 injuries.
Okay.
You're up, you're conscious, you are alive.
Okay.
Living your best life. Maybe not your best life, but you're living. But
Okay.
it is just like ripping through your snowsuit, trying to get at you.
Oh.
It's like right on your chest. It's going for your throat. It's going for your like heart.
Yeah.
It's really just kind of going at you.
I am screaming and yelling and like trying to like hit it off.
Mhm.
And then also being like, how would you fuck this up to the doctor? Trying to,
Yeah, it's like a toddler. It's like kind of
it's like like I feel like I should be able to like get it off, but it is also like there's a lot of like mutual like flailing happening, I think.
Real wriggly.
Yeah.
a lot of wriggling.
If I'm witnessing this, I'll jump down and start running over.
Okay. So let me put you in the order. Can you also do a head check?
Also, I'm yelling at the doctor to shoot it.
I got an
I
11.
have the gun,
So you'll go. So
but not me.
Audrey, it is your turn if you
Okay.
want to try to do something.
I would love to throw it off of me.
Okay. That will be a body check, I guess. Why not? Let's call it a body check.
Okay.
That's strength. Or a hand check. Sorry.
Hands? Okay.
Hands.
For hands, I got a 9.
Okay. So yeah, you successfully like get it off of you, and it's kind of just on the ice, skittering.
Now I'm screaming, shoot it.
Okay. And then Riggs is a little higher than the doctor, so if there's anything that you want to do, Christopher, now is your chance.
Run over and check on Harrison
Okay.
and see if he's okay.
Okay.
I'm like all bloody and like,
Yeah. There's blood. There's like feathers from your down coat.
yeah, like it's
on this. All right, and then Doctor, it is your turn. What are you gonna do?
So I'm fumbling with the gun.
Mhm.
I'm not a weapons guy. I'm a doctor. I can heal your wounds, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this gun.
Okay.
it's the same thing in reverse. Just
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna create a wound.
Yeah.
But it's unclear. Do I have ammo?
Yeah, there's ammo.
Okay.
You grabbed some from supplies. It is like kind of an old rifle, so it's not like, a cart. Like you'd have to reload it.
It's a musket.
After, like 2 shots. It's a musket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to shoot this musket.
All right. So roll a feat check because it is a ranged weapon.
Okay.
So 2d6 plus minus feet.
Okay.
Minus 1.
7.
7. Does not hit it. You hit like right next to it. It like maybe grazes a tentacle, but it's not looking like super anything. But it is pissed because it is like covered in kerosene, so it's not happy.
We could also still light it on fire then. If anyone has a fire starter.
You asked me to shoot it.
That's true. This
sorry.
also seems like a solid. Continue to try and do that.
About 3 minutes to reload my musket.
You have another shot, 1 more shot left in there. So it is back to the monster. The monster is unhappy. It is in a very strange situation. It's not used to this either.
What is it used to?
No one knows.
Usually it's the one terrorizing humans.
Just as scared of you as you are of it.
Aww.
We're no longer hearing dogs, is that right?
You don't hear dogs, but you do hear just like noises. Like there's clanging still from in the building.
Jesus.
You like maybe think you hear your fiance calling you, like you hear her voice.
Help me plan the wedding.
Well,
I'll never come back from that. I'll die here first.
oh my god. Yep. Oh.
Look, this is the type of person I am.
Lands 2 of 5. So it's gonna hit. It's gonna go at you, Riggs. It doesn't like that you just came out of nowhere.
Bring it.
So you take 2 damage. It as you're trying to patch up Harrison, you don't see it coming, and then it grabs on your arm, taking a chunk out of you. But you're still up. So it kind of whips you a little bit, and then it kind of like is just flailing around a little bit. Audrey, that's back to you.
I'm gonna pick up the hammer that I took from Riggs so long ago, and I'm gonna try and hit it off of Riggs with the hammer.
So it's
and hopefully it will not hit Riggs in the process.
Go for it. So this is
What is this?
3d6.
Hand?
It's 3d6.
Okay.
Okay, I've only been rolling 2d6, but it's supposed to be 3d6.
Oh, whoops.
So there you go.
Is this hands?
Yeah, plus hands. And what are you hitting it with?
A hammer.
Hammer. So I'll call that a heavy weapon. So add another 2 on it.
Okay. $16.
Okay.
If it's 3D, if we're allowed to do 3d6 and just add them all up, 16.
Yeah. Yep. So you hit for 8. That has also an 8 base. So it takes 8 damage. So yeah, you whack it real good.
Yes.
It's sort of like hitting a lump of jelly though. Like it feels unsatisfying. There's no like crunching.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just a squelching, squishing sound.
Do I at least get it off of him too, though?
Yeah,
Okay.
you kind of whack it to the ground. It kind of makes a little screeching noise that's somewhere between a person and a dog. It's kind of this weird like howl. So you know that you heard it. You got a good whack in. Riggs, that's you. What would you like to do?
So I'd love to try to whack it too with a wrench or anything else on my tool belt.
That works. So yeah, 3d6.
Hands, right?
Hands.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13? Okay, yeah, so you hit it also.
My wrench.
Okay. Which is improvised, but it's heavy. So just add another 2 to that because we'll call it a heavy weapon.
Okay.
So that's 15. I need a calculator. So much math. Ooh. Okay, so Riggs swung at it with his wrench, screwdriver thing, tool from his tool belt. You slapped it real good. Again, not satisfying because it's very like squishy, but it does kind of howl again in pain. It's not looking so great. And that is back to you, Doctor.
I'm still loading up that second shot.
Okay. So you can take the shot if you want.
Oh yeah, big time. So is that a 2d6?
So that's 3d6 plus feet for ranged.
Okay.
And then I think that is it.
So 9.
9. Okay. So you do hit it, just barely. You kind of like graze a tentacle. So you see this like satisfying little like spurt of gore come off of it. And when you hit it, it does kind of like flash some light off of it. And as you do that, it just books it. It just skitters, slimes, oozes, runs straight for the cave hole. And it just gets away from you. And as it does, the generator stops. It goes out completely. And scene. Just cut it there.
Oh, we're doomed. We're not getting out of this.
Yeah. Because you know that there's still at least one inside. There's no power, no radio.
No heat.
No heat.
Yeah, I was gonna say no heat, and we're in the Arctic.
You're in the Arctic, and no one is coming for you.
That thing just went to tell its mom
Yeah.
Like,
that I shot it.
yeah, it's not happy. All right, that was a little taste of there's something in the ice.
There is something in the ice. Oh my goodness. That was super fun, Marissa.
That was
Like
great.
super fun. Will you tell us what the thing actually is? Like what's its deal?
So I love the monster table. So like in the back, it's like the guide for supervisors, because you're like basically management. Yeah, the supervisor's operation manual at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It has super cool tables for rolling up a monster. So like what the monster looks like, what it's doing, its weaknesses. Surprise note, it is weak to fire. So if you had lit it on fire, you probably would have killed it.
Damn it.
Oh,
but so there's like 2 monsters basically.
my plan was so good.
There is like the monster, and then there's the thing in the ice, which is kind of like a separate monster. And then you can roll up secrets for what management knew.
Oh, that's cool.
Then you can roll up your outpost for like what kind of an outpost is, how big is it in working order or not. It does give you stats for other hazards. Like if we were in the Arctic, there's also stats for polar bears. There's stats for dogs.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool because then when you're rolling it up, some of them are just like so weird that like it's kind of easy to imagine like motivations for the monster. So mine was like mushroom, like fungal like. So then it kind of was easy to say like, well, the thing in the ice is like the mycelium mushroom thing. Maybe it came from an asteroid. Maybe the corporation that owns you is like, you know, biotech. Something happened. I mean, there's all these like little things, and like we just played a little sample, so we didn't get into like all of the other little things. But
yeah, like I forgot to use my special ability where I could like ask you to answer. Like I could ask you a question, you have to answer truthfully.
Yeah.
And I just remembered it now that we're done.
Yeah.
But I should have asked like I was like I should have asked what the weakness of the monster was, or if I could, you know.
Yeah.
But I knew in my heart, so
yeah, fine. That's fine. I mean, it's what's not weak to fire.
Honestly,
you know.
It would also be enlightening if we lit it on fire with that much kerosene and it still escaped. Like that would be information.
A lot of problems with moving fire is not good.
Well, that's why we did it outside.
Yeah,
we at least had that, you know, those wits about us.
Nice.
And the thing, they light things on fire inside, so
that's true.
Yeah, that really felt like a horror movie. I really enjoyed that.
It's very cool.
I liked the boots touch too, because like then when it did bite Matt's character, all of a sudden like all of the times that had kind of like you had seen the cat before got like creepier in retrospect.
Yeah.
Where it was just like, I don't know, patting your leg to find the right like bite spot, I guess. I don't know.
Just filling you up. Yeah, I like the system a lot. It's very simple. I think as like a newer DM, there's a lot of comfort and a lot of rules of like, if this happens, I know exactly how to do it. And this was like a little vague where I was like, I think this is a whatever check. So that's a little interesting. And like, there's all these cool tables to roll up the monster, but then you're like, well, what are the monster's stats? Like I kind of just like made some stuff up. And like it says, then it gets a weakness and you're like, well, what does the weakness mean? Does it do double damage? Is it just easier to hit? Like there's a couple things that were very open-ended, which was both fun, but also like anxiety.
Sure. Yeah.
I think the cool thing is that we would never know the difference.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So because you're the ultimate authority, it's like, oh man, you know, that's what we're up against.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. I love the thing. So this was fun to plan.
Yeah, this was super fun.
Definitely.
Thank you, Marissa.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts? Yay, nay on this game?
Oh, it was cool. I liked it.
Big yay. Yeah.
Yeah, I would play it again. I'm probably going to buy a copy.
It's very accessible and cheap on the internet. Cool. Well, thanks everyone out there for watching. Christopher, what is up next?
Fiasco.
Love it.
All right. Thanks everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.